Mr. Brad, if you're watching this, just know, no one liked you, Brad.
Welcome back, all our lovely nerds. I'm your host, Tyrell Childress, and since love is in the air with Valentine's Day, Porter, care to do the honors? Perfect. With that, let's kick it to the news. Up first, let's talk about the Avatar Renaissance that's approaching us in the following years. Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the blue people, in 2023 will be receiving a brand new graphic novel titled Azula in the Spirit Temple. This set will detail what happened to the Fire Lord's daughter after the events of the series finale, and hints at a possible redemption arc. We also know that with the first season of Netflix live-action Avatar series having wrapped up production, it is speculated that we will finally be watching it later this year. While we'll have the live-action series to tide us over, the next big Avatar releases won't grace us until 2025, but they are huge, as we'll be getting an Avatar movie following the original gang as adults, most likely adaptations from the comics that have been released, as well as a brand new Avatar series, following an all-new Avatar from the Earth Kingdom. How will the new Avatar be different from the previous two? Well, just have to find out when it releases in 2025. Lastly, let's talk about the upcoming sequel to the beloved film, when Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse drops in theaters later this year. After reuniting with Gwen Stacy, Miles Morales feels like he's on the top of the world. However, that's quickly dashed as he's launched across the multiverse, where he encounters a group of spider people who are tasked with protecting the fabric of reality. After some confusion and chaos, Miles finds himself pitted against those he thought would be his allies. Now, Miles must get to the bottom of this whole conundrum, protect those he loves the most, and find out what being a hero really means for him. You can watch this all unfold when the movie comes out in June. That's all the news we've got for today, but stick around so you can watch Where It All Began with Jessica and Anime Stitch with Olivia. Take it away.
Hello everybody, I am your host Jessica Dobbs, and welcome to Where It All Began. Welcome to a new segment I like to call Where It All Began. I will be talking about how artists started their careers. I will be talking about Meghan Trainor, Alex Warren, Harry Styles, and many more of your favorite artists. In this episode, I'll be talking about Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow. She was born on February 11, 1962. She's an American musician, singer, songwriter, and actress. Crow was born in Kennett, Missouri, the daughter of Bernice, a piano teacher, and Wendell Wyatt Crow, a lawyer and a trumpet player. She has two older sisters, Kathy and Karen, and a younger brother, Stephen. She then enrolled at University of Missouri in Columbia, and in 1984 received a BS Ed degree in music education. While at the university, she sang in a local band, Kashmir. She was a member of Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, Sigma Alpha Iota, an international music fraternity for women, and the Omicron Delta Kappa Society, as well as working as a summer welcome orientation leader. After graduating from University of Missouri, Crow worked as a music teacher at Kellingson Elementary School in Fenton, Missouri. Teaching during the day gave her the opportunity to sing in bands on the weekend. She was later introduced to a local musician and recording producer, Jay Oliver. He had a studio in the basement of his parents' home in St. Louis, Missouri, and helped her by using her in advertising jingles. Her first jingle was back to school spot for St. Louis department store Famous Bar. Soon after, she sang in commercial jingles for McDonald's and Toyota. In 60 Minutes segment, she was quoted as saying she made as $40,000 on the McDonald's ad alone. Many years of going on tour with many different artists, and she started a family when she wanted to settle down in 2010. Some of the movies and TV shows that she starred in was NCIS, New Orleans, and many more. Sheryl has accomplished many things in her life and has been giving her family the life that she wanted them to have. Thank you guys for joining me here today on Where It All Began. I am your host, Jessica Dobbs. and see you guys next week.
Hello one and all, and welcome to Anime Stitch. I'm your host, Olivia Williams, here to talk about anything anime. Let's get started, shall we? Here on Anime Stitch, I'm going to be talking about all things anime, from the classics to the brand new, and anywhere in between. For this episode, I'm going to be taking my strengths against other anime characters, seeing if I can beat them in a fight. Using this wheel behind me, let's get started. All right, here we go. Bonk. Let's see what I'm gonna get. We have All Might from My Hero Academia. Alrighty, so My Hero Academia is a world where people have these awesome powers called quirks, and they pretty much run, that population pretty much runs the entire world. And this person, All Might, is considered one of the strongest. So I don't think I'm gonna win this fight. I wish, maybe if he was, weaker or in his weaker state, but I would imagine if I'm fighting him, he's gonna be in his big tough state. So yeah, that's a lose for me, but hopefully the next one will be better. And there we go. We have Cherry Blossom from Skate the Infinity. Now, Skate the Infinity is about a underground skating racing. And this is one of the characters who ended up being one of the creators of the, skate circuit. And I will absolutely win against this fight. He is not the strongest, but he's also not the weakest, but I know I can definitely take him on. So we finally got one, and I'm very excited. We finally beat one. Let's go. Alrighty, that's all I have for you for this week. My name is Olivia Williams, and this was Anime Stitch. See you next time!
Welcome everyone to the first mid-break interview. Next to me are Libby Elhers and BreAnna Reeves. And I want to clear a rumor up about the two of you, that you guys are part of a hive mind. Is that true?
Perhaps, but we will tell you after the break. Stay right there.
Northwest Tower Yearbook has dedicated over a century to documenting life on campus and in the Maryville community. The award-winning organization has numerous Pacemaker Awards and a spot in the Associated Collegiate Press Hall of Fame. Learn more about Tower at the handles below.
Hey, have you been? Oh, nothing much. Yeah, I'd love to chat soon. I've just been really busy recently. Yeah, I could probably squeeze you in. Let me check. Let's see. How about Wednesday at 6? Alright, sounds good. See you then.
I need to be back because up next we have Olivia Williams. And I have a little game for you. If you can guess what I'm thinking, I'll give you a prize.
Is it up next we have Rumor Has It with Libby and BreAnna and Get the Clip with Joe?
Yeah, actually, wait, how do you know that?
It's on the teleprompter.
Oh.
Hi everyone, I'm Libby.
And I'm Bree.
And this is Rumor Has It.
Welcome back to Rumor Has It, where Bree and I have the scoop on all things celebrity, ranging from Harry Styles ripping his pants at one of his concerts to whatever celebrity breakup is happening right now. Today, we get to talk about one of my favorite movies, which is Top Gun Maverick. Disclaimer, I do not like Top Gun specifically for Miles Teller. It is a masterpiece, though.
I like it for Miles Teller. And
What's your favorite scene?
what's your favorite scene?
The beach scene. In the original 1986 film, Maverick, played by Tom Cruise, has a love interest named Charlie, who is played by Kelly McGillis. However, to many viewers' surprise, she does not make an appearance in the sequel. And in an interview with E.T., Kelly states that she was actually not asked back to her role because of her weight. Here's what I think is honestly kind of cool about like this whole interaction. Kelly also made a public statement saying that she doesn't care,
Yeah.
that she wasn't asked back.
I mean, that's a good like attitude to have though too. But like I feel like deep down it'd be kind of like not hurtful, but just be like, just knowing that, and then knowing how big this Top Gun is, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I can see it from both sides.
For sure. And I think it's cool that like she has this perspective on it. Like that has to take like a lot of confidence to have in general because of the fact that she doesn't look the way she did back then.
Yeah.
And Hollywood idolizes like smaller body types. So the way that she's just able to overlook that, I think is super awesome.
I do too. Especially like with the movie industry, like you have to look a certain point, and it's like no, it should just be about your acting. That's really bottom line. Personally, her mentality of like the statement that she had, of, like she didn't care about her not being asked to the Top Gun, I think is very important to like our generation and like younger generations coming to like music and like movies and everything like that, to show them like, hey, like, it's okay, like you don't look the same as you did 20 years ago.
I love that people who no longer fit into those categories are speaking out, being like, hey, it is totally okay to look the way you look and love your life even though you don't look the way society wanted you to. Like I think that is absolutely incredible.
Well, especially like nowadays, because like if they like you, they'll like you for you.
Exactly. That's pretty much all we have for this week's episode of Rumor Has It. I'm Libby.
And I'm Bree.
See you next week.
Ever since the creation of the film industry, movies have been using these effects. Effects have been a part of the art for as long as people have been crafting films. These effects, along with many other aspects, are what set the film industry apart from any other form of entertainment. Hi, my name is Joe, and throughout this season of Nerd Central, we'll be explaining and taking a deep dive into special effects used in film as I try to recreate them myself. Welcome to Get the Clip. Using 12 cameras and capturing 11 frames, Edward Muybridge played those frames in a loop and spawned the creation of the first ever film. But what are frames? A frame is an individual picture that is captured in time. When a camera is recording video, multiple frames are being captured within a second. When all the frames are combined and played at a fast enough speed, they create an illusion, which creates motion within what is now our video. Next up, today's effect. Cinema is one of the few mediums of entertainment that gives the artist full control over perceived time. And the effect this week is an extreme example of that. That effect being bullet time. Bullet time is the effect where time stops and the camera pans around a slowed down object. To create this effect, a team of engineers would set up 120 still cameras and 2 film cameras recording on each end of the effect. All of these cameras would work together to create an effect kind of like what you're seeing now. This effect is used to emphasize a moment and build suspense and spectacle as that scene moves. So with that, let's go get the clip.
So today we're going to be filming the bullet time effect. We've got Tibby here, looking stylish as always. We've got Blake with his amazing acrobatic skills. And we've got Kaylin Byland, that is also here. So, you guys ready? Yeah. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to set up Tibby. Blake, are you ready for the shot? Are you ready to shoot?
I think he was ready to shoot.
You're shooting on the right shoulder and then the left shoulder. Over it. Action. Perfect. And 3, 2, 1. Like the barrel and my face were like perfectly lined up. All right, so we're gonna do the 360 shot. So I'm gonna start swinging this around. So back up and go. So thank you guys for tuning in to get the clip. Hopefully it went well. I'm about to go edit it. And we'll tune in next time where we'll be going over compositing and green screen. Back to you shitlets.
Before we bring you What's the Nerd, let's round off our crew by talking with Caleb.
Well, actually, Tyrell, our host, I have a question for you.
For me? Well, thank you. I ask a lot of questions here, so it's awesome that finally somebody's willing to hear what I have to say for a change and like, you know, like what's going on with my life. So yeah, go ahead. I appreciate it, man. I do.
Kirsten, what are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here? Making TikToks? And it's not about what I do. It's about what we do here. So we start with storyboarding the content we want to create for our clients. It could be anyone from small businesses, nonprofits, and organizations both on campus and in the Maryville community. We write, we film, we edit, we create, and then we wait. So if you're someone who thinks you need us, we are KNWT Creative Services. This week on Channel 8 News, we have interviews with Kent Porterfield and the Bearcats and Blazers. We also look at the new Northwest football recruits and more.
For the stories that matter to you, watch new episodes of Channel 8 News at 9 a.m. every Monday on our YouTube page at KNWT TV.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of What's the Nerd. Last week, you met the crew that we all know and love, but this week we'll have our first big guest. This week, we'll meet the Monarch of Marvel, former Nerd Central member, and technically my boss, Kaylin Byland. Say hi, Kaylin.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
How's it going?
It's going good, Kaylin. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely marvelous.
Oh.
Oh yeah!
Wait. Okay, all right. You're too much. All right. First on the docket today for questions, Morbius. Marvel Legend or Marvelous and Legendary?
Okay, can I actually tell you a secret?
Yes, you can.
I actually haven't seen it.
Oh, trust me, no one has.
I just thought the reviews weren't that great, so I was like, I'll watch it when I have free time, which is never.
Yeah, we always have free
Absolutely
time.
never.
You always have free time, but it's never for Morbius, I guess.
Yeah, never. No time for Morbius.
You don't like the part where Mr. Morbius pulls out his Morbin sword and says the line? You know what he says.
Yeah, no comment.
Oh, yeah, it's you either be there or be Morb, he says. That's my favorite line. I think he says that right before Jared Leto dies. Not Morbius, Jared Leto. It was a terrible scene. But moving on from Morbius, how are you feeling about this new phase of Marvel, this Quantumania, this, the Batman, all of that? How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I was really sad after the results of Endgame. I'm really happy with all of the series they've done on Disney Plus. So WandaVision, Loki, what just came out, She-Hulk. I loved all of those very much, and I'm really excited to see what else they bring in the movies. I know Doctor Strange wasn't what people expected, but I thought it was still pretty good. I can't wait for Ant-Man, though.
Ant-Man is a really fun character, like when he pulls out his Ant-Thing sword and says it's Ant-Thing time. It really had me antsy, you know.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah.
Yes. My anxiety is not a joke, Kaylin. I feel like everyone has this sort of same, general opinion. What do you feel about the phrase, or the saying that things kind of fell off after Phase 3 with Endgame? Because that's how I feel about Marvel personally. Shut up, love.
I sort of understand what they mean by that because you have, spoiler alert, you have Iron Man. We don't know if he's going to be coming back because some people have theories oh, it's going to be the multiverse, so he's going to come back in a different universe, yada, yada, yada. We don't actually know if he's coming back or not. Sort of the same thing with Steve Rogers, Captain America. And those are the two iconic characters from the original 6 of the Avengers. And I know I was sad to see them go. I don't know if they'll come back or not, but I can't wait to see what they bring forth. I mean, they brought the Spider-Man movie, all 3 of the Spider-Man, totally iconic.
Absolutely.
Totally iconic.
Tobey Maguire is the best one, by the way.
Oh yes, I fully agree. That's the one
Thank
thing
you.
we can agree on.
Thank you.
They love me.
So, what's your favorite Marvel movie of all time?
every now and then I'll do like a huge Marvel movie marathon and watch it from like the very first like 2008 Iron Man up until like what's the most current movie. I think the last time I did that, I think like 2 of the Avengers movies did the best out of all of the however many movies there are. I think the original Avengers was one of the best movies, and then I just think Endgame was absolutely amazing. It makes me cry like 4 different times in there, and if a movie gets me to cry, I'm gonna love it.
That's fair. I'd say, you know what? I've actually never finished the first Avengers. Cause like I kind of never like got into the first phase of Marvel. Then I get, whatever. Okay, the game's being mean right now. Whatever, yeah, keep staring. Lastly, the Batman.
The Batman.
How are we feeling about it?
No DC. I don't want anything to do with DC. Get them out of here.
That's my reaction to that information. No, but DC is objectively better, and now that we got James Gunn, yes, DC is better. Batman trounces Tony Stark every day of the week. Everyone knows that.
That is your opinion?
That is my fact.
Your opinion is wrong?
Okay, we strip both of them down to their undies. What do we got? Martial artist, billionaire. Who wins?
I don't know. I haven't seen them fight. They're naked. Why would they be fighting?
Maybe they're not fighting.
Oh my God!
Well, Kaylin, you've been a wonderful guest, but that brings us to the end of another episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, and always respect other people's pronouns, and have a good night.
I just get absolutely jumped. I get the snot out of my ass.